In 2020, I uploaded a video series called The Easiest Log Building Method Ever. I'll put a link to the video at the end of this video. Now, I started uploading the parts to that series before the building was finished, so I didn't have a good thumbnail. So I used a thumbnail of a building which I had built in 2017. Now, what that meant was I've had lots and lots of requests over the last couple of years asking more information about that building, so that's what this video is. There's a second reason for this, and that is that I've had a viewer ask a question about foundations, and the situation he's in, it sounds like it's very similar to the situation I was in with this building, so hopefully this will also answer his question. So the process actually started in 2016 with a site visit, lots of meetings with the customer, and then a series of drawings which then got converted by the architect to get approval and planning permission. And then I could begin on my home log building yard, with the building then, once complete, to be taken down, transported and rebuilt on site. So for all the people that asked, there's the story of that particular building, the building in the thumbnail. Now, hopefully you also noticed that the building had a couple of rounds of full logs before I did the vertical posts, which then allows you to site the building on pillars without having to worry too much about the spacing of the pillars. So that's that question answered as well. Now, a couple of things to explain, in case you're confused by the dates that were on this video. The work site was a long way away. The building was transported up there in mid-January, and I followed it up in mid-February, and then I was staying there for a few days at a time and then coming back, but kind of a week on, week off. The project was a really nice one. There was a lot of detail work, and we had a lot of problems with the planning authorities in that area. It's different from county to county here, and they were very, very strict. I had to produce for the roof structure drawing after drawing of how we were going to do it. The regulations, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, were that the roof should stand 300 kilos per square meter, which basically means you should be able to park a car on it because of snow load and everything else. I think we exceeded that by quite a bit. I would happily park a tank on top of this roof. The structure was made with half and half joints, which were then bolted through. We also had problems with the authorities on the fireplaces, both of the fireplaces in the building. That's a sauna stove and the little wood burner, which is a Swedish wood burner, which I restored. They, for instance, had to have 2 layers of fireproof material between the fireplace and the wall and floor, 2 layers with air gaps in between. It was a nightmare, but we got there in the end. Now, I tried contacting the customer, who became a friend over the course of this project, to ask if he could provide me with some recent photographs of the sauna building. And I hate to end this video on a sad note, but it turns out that he passed away in 2022. So the latest photograph that I actually have of the building was from the 16th of September, when I visited him there at the sauna to have a sauna with him. And so that's the last picture I've got later on that year. So that's the picture I'll leave you with, which, funnily enough, happens to be the only picture I have of the building with him in it. But all I can say is, hopefully the little sauna by the lake brought him some joy before he left us.